Hi guys, today we will be learning how to self-host n8n on our own machines, whether it is a cloud or your own local machine. So this is required in many ways because the pricing which we will discuss, we'll come to know why we need to go for a self-hosting. So let's dive in and check that. So first of all, when we check n8n hosting, the pricing of it, if you see, we have to pay 24 or 20 dollars approximately for 2.5K of workflow execution, and only 5 active workflows can be there at a time. Other than that, if you see, we have to pay $50 for 10K workflow execution and 15 workflow active workflow, as opposed to a self-hosted environment. When we host it by our own, we can run as many workflows as possible until and unless we have those resources to execute them parallelly. So that's the reason we should be looking for self-hosted n8n environment. And so in today's video, what all things we are going to discuss, I'll just brief that. We'll discuss the different options available among cloud and also the local machine, how they compare to each other on different parameters. Steps to install on cloud and local machines, how we can upgrade an n8n environment as and when they release new features. I'll be showing it in on Hostinger, but we can follow those steps on any other cloud providers. So we will be discussing the limitations of the self-hosted n8n as compared to the cloud one. So now let's get started with the options which are available. So these are the different options which we have. DigitalOcean is a cloud provider. Railway again is a cloud provider. Hostinger is a known brand. Render again provides cloud hosting and self-hosting. So for beginner friendly, DigitalOcean needs some kind of learning. So it's not Railway is a beginner friendly. We'll see that. Hostinger again is very easy to set up. Render basic steps again. Some moderate steps are required to understand and install. Self-hosting again, you have to understand. You have to install the database and everything, and then so it requires some knowledge. In terms of pricing, it starts. DigitalOcean is on the higher side of pricing, so it starts at $6 per month with 1 CPU and 1 GB RAM, as opposed to Railway. When we see the starter plan in case of Railway, it is much more cheaper. You get 8 CPU, vCPU, and 8 GB RAM in $5. So that's much cheaper than DigitalOcean. Again, Hostinger is again a good plan. If you see the pricing of these two, so Hostinger provides $6.99 per month, and with 2 CPU, 8 GB RAM, and 100 GB. So that is something which I am currently also using. For Render, there we have a free tier available, and if we want to go for a highly available service, then $7 plan is the minimum which we have to opt for. But again, the higher plans are more costly as compared to these. For self-hosting, we need our own machine, so only the hardware and electricity cost is the one which is required. Ease of setup, again, it requires some steps. Railway again is easy, and this is also easy. Hostinger, Render requires some configurations. For self-hosted, we need some steps to understand and then host it. Database support, all support Postgres, SQL, and MySQL. Custom domain, yes, all of them provide custom domains. We can have subdomains like some abc.your domain name. So because we don't want to engage our actual domain, not required in case of self-hosting. Networking, again, we just need to look at the self-hosting one, where we need some port forwarding or tunneling in case we want some network or ports to be open. For auto backup, all of them provide auto backups. Case of self-hosted, we need to keep a track and we need to backup things. SSH access, it only applies to the cloud providers. So for that, we have in all, but exceptionally, Railway is providing software as a service. Uptime is guaranteed in all. Again, for self-hosting, it depends on how we manage our own local machine. Yeah, so that's it from the comparison of different hosting. So let's go to the next step to install on cloud and local machine. So for that, let's go for the hostinger plan. So this is the page. When you see this KVM2 is the plan which I am also using. When you can choose the plan, and it will take us through a page. It will ask for different plans like 1 month, 12 months. So I would suggest try to go for the 1 month and try it for yourself, and then probably you can take a decision. Is it okay for your needs and all? And then again, you can buy a new 24-month or 12-month plan at a single stretch and then use it. If you have a coupon code, you can use it, then you'll get more discount. After that, you can select any of the location or any type of OS which you want. Generally, low people go by Ubuntu, so we can confirm that, and then we need to continue it like this. Once we click on the continue, it will ask for a sign up. You can sign up by, in my case, I've already signed up. Okay, so once you sign up, you will see this screen which is showing your VPS virtual private server installed, and this is the domain name of it. Just to, if you want to manage that server, you can directly click on manage, and there is options to go to the terminal, and you can open the terminal, or you can directly go to the app, and here you can then sign in and then setting up your initial requirements, which are the questions which are asked by n8n. So this is all about how we can install Hostinger, and moving towards the railway. So in case of railway, they already provide few templates. These templates are provided by people like these who create their own account, and they can then deploy those templates. So you can use this template and just deploy it directly. Template to use, which is the best one in the marketplace. So you can go to the all templates and check the automations in n8n, and you can search. You will get few templates, out of which you can check this one is installed like 1, 2, 4, 7 times. And again, if you check some other template which I have, so this is around 20,000 active projects. So this one must be better. Then you can just click on deploy, and it will be deploying that n8n worker. This only single click is required, and then it will get installed. So as I told, the pricing starts from $5 minimum, and based on the usage it will increase. So in case of DigitalOcean and Render, those are a bit complicated, and I just wanted to cover it for the beginners who want to just get a flavor of how we can install a self-hosted n8n environment easily. So I'm covering these two platforms. Just a note, for DigitalOcean, we might also need a custom domain or a subdomain to set it up properly. So we have covered the installation for cloud. Now we will be looking at the installation of local, how we can do that installation. So in case of local environment, you might have to install run Node.js on your local machine, and then select the default option, click next, and install it. Once the Node.js is installed, you have to then type npm install n8n/g, and it will install the library, the n8n on it. Now to complete the installation, you have to type n8n, and it should complete the installation. Press O to open the page, and then you can enter the default things. So if you see, the local host is already in the URL, so that's the local install. Now this is not the complete installation. You also have to run the update to complete the installation. So npm updates -g, n8n will, I think, give us the complete installation. So that's how you can install the n8n on the local environment. Type n8n-o, then it will open the local host URL for you. Yeah, that's it. So now as we have installed n8n locally on cloud, I just wanted to tell you like how we can use it regularly, because there are new features always released by n8n and we don't want to miss them out. So you always need to keep your versions updated, and for that you have to, like, if suppose this is my install, so if you see there are 3 updates already pending to upgrade the n8n version. Mostly in Hostinger or all other cloud providers, it is given through Docker container. Docker is a way of virtualization and easy way of managing machines. So through Docker you can easily install a complete OS or application on top of another OS. Uh, so in this case, Hostinger is also providing the n8n on Docker, and mm, before we want to start the upgrade, it is suggested by Hostinger to take the backup of the volume where the flows data is residing. So we need to backup that also, just to ensure that we don't lose any of the flows. Once we backup that volume through Docker command, then we have to start with the commands of upgrade. So we have to stop the container first. So we will use this command, docker stop root n8n is the name of the container. Then we have to remove the existing container, that is the docker rm will remove that container. Once we have removed it, then we'll pull a new or latest image which is there on the n8n, and we can then pull it into our docker locally, and then once we run this command, it will pull that image. Once we pull that image, we have to recreate the container from the original container. So this is the command which we can use, docker run -name root, the IP and the location and everything of the image. Once we are done, we have to check through docker ps whether the container is running properly or not. So this is how we can do it on Hostinger VPS. But again, similarly, it is possible to do it on DigitalOcean. So now moving to the next step, where we wanted to discuss about the limitations of the self-hosted n8n, because as we know that n8n itself provides a cloud hosting, and that is on a monthly subscription amount which we saw. So one of the feature which is, these are the list of features which are missing in the self-hosted environment and available in the cloud enterprise hosting which is provided by n8n itself. So human in the loop is a feature which you can invoke whenever you are running a flow, and then you want to take a feedback from a human, or either on Telegram or any other chatting application or any other application. Then in that case, it is not available in the self-hosted environment. I've also listed the workaround, like we have to deploy some custom approval using webhook, and then you have to integrate that feature into self-hosted environment. Similarly, role-based access is not available in self-hosted environment. For audit logging, we don't have it, and we have to store the logs manually if in case we want to do that. Agar single sign-on is also not available. Mostly if we are using it for ourselves, then we are good with that. For workflow sharing, like if we want to share it with the team, it is not available. So in that case, we have to export it to Git, and then we have to share it through that or Google Drive, something like that. Advanced user management is not available. Project management is not available. Like we have a feature in n8n cloud where we can call the sub workflow through the main workflow, but that is not available in the self-hosted. So we have to manually split the workflow and then trigger the webhook, and then we have to do it in that way, in alternative way. Rate limiting is also again not available. Custom webhook domains, like the webhook which we use inside n8n flows, which we generally call, or we cannot have our custom domain that is having some n8n domain which we have to use it. Official support, and again, as it is not, it's a community edition, so obviously we don't have the official support which is required. So that's it from this video, and I hope you like the content, and you are well aware of how to install self-hosted n8n, either it be a cloud or your local machine. But again, when we saw the limitations, we may conclude that whenever we are going for your own workflows, we can use it, the self-hosted n8n, and it comes at a very lower price. But in case of clients or someone who wants to implement it for a client, then you should be going for the cloud-based n8n environment, which is provided by n8n itself. Thank you. And all the links are available in the description. If you want to test it out, do feel free to do that. Thank you.